Hey Smoovers, it's Cam, and today we're going to be looking at how you speedrun Back 4 Blood on Nightmare in Act 3. To not waste any time, this is the deck you're going to be using, and as always, Evangelo is our guy. For every single level in Act 3, you will be buying pain pills and a stun gun. Buying the upgrades is not as essential in Act 3, but if you have extra money, you might as well do it. In this first level, you'll be buying a grenade as well. There's no specific spot in the level you'll be using this. It's just if you need to, if you're in a bad situation, or you can use it on a locked door to save some time. On to the second level, you will be buying more grenades, 2 of which can be used whenever you want if you're ever getting blocked by something in your path, but one of them you need to save for towards the end of the level to kill the final large node for the nest. Ideally, all 3 grenades would be used to kill the mini nodes as well, but with all the RNG in this game, especially on Nightmare, things don't always work out that way. Onto Cabins by the Lake, you'll be buying more grenades again, yes. Hopefully you can afford that. When you leave the safe room, don't worry about sprint jumping. If you don't know about sprint jumping, I'll leave a link in the description to a video about the movement in this game. But anyways, for this part, don't worry about it because your stamina will regenerate as you hop across the lake. Jumping across the lake is way faster and easier than using the ferry. Even in a normal run of this game, using the ferry is a waste of your time. After you cross the lake, run along the coastline until you get to this group of cabins. This is where RNG comes into play. You have to go through these cabins and try to find a battery. Try not to spawn in any hordes because I don't know why you would try to spawn in a horde, but just actively try not to. A trick with breaking down these alarm doors is to shoot beside them. And if there's any zombies inside, they'll break down the door for you while you go look in other cabins. After you get the battery, head up the hill. The grenades are going to be used to take out the reekers towards the end. There is always a group of them that spawn, and I've lost the run a couple times because I just decided to try and run by them, and that didn't work out well for me. Garden party can be a pain in the butt sometimes, especially if you have a breaker spawn. The main issue is towards the start of the level, you have to take out this nest. And while you're waiting for the nodes to regenerate after killing a set, you can get swarmed pretty quickly and lose the run. So that's where your grenades are going to come in handy here, just to protect yourself while you wait. Make sure you save 1 grenade though for the final large nest node. And a bonus tip, you might know this already, but when the breaker spawns, try to run outside of the circle area it spawns around it, because if you are outside of it within like 5 seconds of it appearing, you won't take any damage while you're outside. Getting to the maze, it can be tricky sometimes making your way through it, but Trade made a map and here it is. Pause the video to take a look at it, study it, and the maze will no longer be a problem for you. After the maze, you go up these stairs to this final building. If you still have a grenade left, it's a smart move to throw it at the door, because this door can be locked sometimes, so that will save you quite a bit of time and it will take out the sleepers. Moving on, we get to T5, which I know for some of you were having a lot of issues with this level. I feel your pain. I had to play it a few times to get past it, and I didn't know until afterwards that someone had actually made a map of the whole house and where the spawns are. So here are the 3 maps. Pause the video to take a look at them. They are super handy. You can see it was made by Blaze, this was not made by me. So there's the upstairs, the main floor, and the basement. While you wait for Rogers to stop talking, you should be shooting the doors inside the house from the windows. This will just save you time for when the horde comes, you won't have to waste time shooting these. Also for this level, pipe bombs are your savior, especially if you have some offensive upgrades so they last longer, because the pipe bombs will just be a good distraction while you search around the house and try to find all the cases. When you're on the top floor and you find some cases, in my other video on Act 3, I said to throw the cases off the roof. It does save time on those lower difficulties, but I found on Nightmare, when I threw off the cases and then jumped down to put them all in the truck, because I was outside for an extended period of time putting the cases in the truck, the ogre was like messing me up. So yes, throwing them off the roof is faster, but if you want to survive, I find taking them one by one out to the truck is the safer play. And if you jump onto the truck and land on the railing, you won't take any damage. On to the next level, I had some pipe bombs left over, so I just kept them. A grenade would also be handy too, for when you get into the basement area and you have to find the keycard. Throwing the pipe bombs will give you some free time to search around because the keycard can be in multiple different places. Grenades would come in handy for the locked doors that are in this level, and if there's any tall boys. On to the next level, you should be buying as many grenades as you can, for when you get into the school and you have to take out these nodes, they can be handy to take them out faster. And as always, save one for the final nest node. Once you get to the gym, make sure you shoot the zombies before you start the generator. Since we don't have any use speed cards, it's going to take a second, so you're definitely going to want to take them out before you start doing this. After starting the generator, start shooting the sleepers in the gym while running around and avoiding all the ridden that are going to spawn. Eventually one door will open. I found a glitch in this game. Normally when the door opens, there is a horde of zombies behind it, but because all the bots were dead and 2 of them spawned within the door, there was no horde behind the door that opened, which was just perfect for me. However, this most likely will not be the case for you, so it would be pretty handy to have a grenade at this point. After placing the battery back in the generator and running around for a second, jump onto the seats that are slowly coming out. You will have to keep jumping so that you don't slide off, but I'm pretty sure no ridden can come up behind you while it's sliding out, so you're pretty much safe other than hawkers. And obviously the ogre, if he throws anything at you, you're kind of screwed, but you gotta take that chance sometimes. After that, just look out for sleepers and you're good. I'm very excited to say for the road to hell, there is a strategy for this level that makes it so easy. I love it. And it's so simple. All you do is you run over to this rock, do a jump where you crouch, and jump over this gate without opening it. And this will make it so that barely any specials will spawn, no hordes will spawn. It doesn't matter what you do. If you shoot birds or emergency doors, they won't spawn. And it makes it seem like there's actually less ridden altogether. Now, I've seen other people do it and it works for almost the whole level. I did have it so this one emergency door caused the horde to come, but it still overall was a good strategy to use. I personally think that you should take grenades for this level. That way anything you have left over you can use in the final level. But pipe bombs will be pretty useful too for the final part where you're opening gates, because that will spawn hordes in. Doesn't matter if you did the strategy or not. I just think grenades are the most versatile thing you can pick, especially if there's like tall boys. The grenades will just be super helpful. On to the last level. Buy as many grenades as you can, heal up, spend all your money, and then head on down the mountain, as opposed to in my other video where I tell you to kill the ogre first. In Nightmare, you should leave it until last, because if you kill it first, another one will spawn anyways, so you might as well leave the ogre until last. Head towards the left, kill all the nodes, make your way around to the right, and then go after the ogre. Your grenades will make killing the ogre much faster, especially if you throw one of the T5 grenades at it first, then it'll kill it super quickly. After you kill the ogre, that's it, you're done. Good job, I'm proud of you. Act 3 was my least favorite act to speedrun when playing on Recruit, but on Nightmare difficulty, for some reason, it is my favorite act. I just find it to be the easiest act of any of them to beat on Nightmare. There is a lot of RNG, but overall, it only took me around 2 hours to go through and learn how to speedrun this act. But anyways, I hope this video helped. Like if it did, subscribe, and have a good one.